right, good evening everybody and welcome to 2024 40 Under 40. It's my privilege to introduce this year's 2024 40 Under 40 class. Please give them a big round of applause. We're going to bring them in right now. Keep it going. They're coming all up and we want to hear that. Let's hear it for them. Here we go. All right. All the way down, guys. Keep pushing. Congratulations again to our 2024 honorees. Wow, I know they sure, it feels great to hear the applause from all of you, and I'm sure they appreciate it as well. We hope you keep that going all night long. This is a fun program. It's a fun night to celebrate the great work of everybody here in the crowd tonight. Good evening. My name is Chris Konetsky, and I'm the group publisher of Business Publications Corporation. I'm excited for what I know is going to be a fun night of getting to learn about some of the best and brightest here in our community. Let's give one more big round of applause for our class as they make their way back to their seats. All right. As you already know, we're certainly fortunate to have such a talented group working each and every day at their jobs and in the community. Every year as we embark on another 40 Under 40 journey, I'm often reminded of the reason Connie Weimer, our founder, started this event. More than 20 years ago, there was great consternation, and there still often is today, around who the next generation of leaders will be. Right to have concern, I'm sure, for the future. That's a little healthy dose of concern is never a bad thing. But Connie thought, wrong. There's a lot in the city's coffers of folks that were full of energetic and talented young people capable of powering the city for generations. They just needed opportunities and a platform for the work to be elevated and amplified. That's in a nutshell why we do 40 Under 40. It's to help lift these folks up, help connect them with people in the community, and help take the passions that they care about and help continue to improve this city. Soon you're going to have a chance to meet each and every one of the 40s, but before I do, I want to thank our supporting sponsors: the University of Iowa Tippie College of Business, Ide Bailey, DB&T, Brown Winnick Law, and our newest sponsor this year, Wellaby. In addition, a big thank you to Prairie Meadows, our 2024 venue sponsor. Along with all of our corporate support sponsors for helping power this program. We couldn't do this without you and without your support and helping support the business record and the things that we try to do. But not only does it help us, of course, it helps amplify the work that our honorees are doing. I also want to say thank you to our honorees. Without them, of course, there would be no program, but worse than not having a program, we wouldn't have the countless things that they already have contributed to this community. They have been making and are making a huge difference in our region. And I've now been a part of this event now for more than a decade, and every year I get to read the stories, I get to hear them speak, and I'm often reminded of how fortunate we are to have so many great folks working on so many different challenges and opportunities in the community. There's not one thing. You're going to get a sampling of that tonight, of all the different ways of the challenges that we face as a community, and these folks are working to solve those each and every day. So I want to thank you, for the honorees, for inspiring me and the community to be hopeful, and for the hours of good each of you are putting in to the many endeavors that you are taking on each day. And of course, I want to thank everybody in our audience as well. It's truly regenerating for us to see each and every one of you out here tonight, to see past 40 Under 40s. Do we have any past 40 Under 40s in the room tonight? Get a round of applause. one of my favorite things to see is to see the past 40 under 40 classes helping bring new groups into the future and helping honor them here as well. So it's great to see everybody here tonight. I want to encourage everyone here to keep an eye out in your program. If you open it up, go ahead and take a little look. On the bottom right page, there's a little QR code. Open it up. You can use your camera. That'll get you to our website where you can find the profiles on every one of the 40 under 40s this year and in past years as well. And I want you to keep an eye out tonight for a couple things. I want you to look for a person or a project, an inspiration that really calls to you, and maybe think about how you could help lift up their work. That's why we do this, and this is why we're doing this event, to help maybe make a connection tonight, one extra little baton pass so that we can keep making great things happen here. In just a little bit, we're going to get to know each of the honorees, and my colleague Jason Swanson, who's worked hard to manage our nominations process for nearly every one of our programs, is going to get things kicked off. But before we do, it's now my pleasure to introduce Susanna DeBaca, the president of Business Publications Corporation, who's going to introduce our 2024 Alum of the Year. Please give Susanna a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to see you. Let's give another round of applause to all of our 40s and past 40s. We'll do a little more later, but I also want to take a moment to thank our founder, Connie Weimer, and to give a round of applause to the BPC team who's worked so hard to put this program on tonight. So let's give them all a round of applause as well. I'm absolutely delighted to be able to introduce our 2024 40 under 40 Alum of the Year, Mary Sellers. I think, Mary, you can clap for her. Right, go ahead. Don't need to wait. Let's go right ahead. Probably among the leaders in our city, Mary is one person who doesn't need any introduction, but we have to give her some kudos here. But before I tell you about her, I want to tell you a little bit about the Alum of the Year award itself. This award was created to honor 40 under 40 recipients for their continued career achievements and impact on the community after they were originally honored. And past honorees include notable community leaders such as Renee Hardman, Kyle Kraus. Renee's over there. You can clap for her too. That's fine. Table 8. We know you're there, Renee. The late Michael Sadler and Christy Naus, just to name a few. In 2010, long after the 40 under 40 had been established, we realized that the award was not really a culmination of the work that the honorees had done to enhance our community, but this is really a checkpoint along the way. It's a chance to tell you, well done, and to encourage everyone to do more. So with that in mind, we started the 40 under 40 Alum of the Year as a way to check back on what our honorees are doing and to recognize them for the continued work in the community and success in their careers. And this year, we used a new method to recognize the individual. Past honorees were invited to vote from a curated list of 40 under 40 alums, 30 in all. And they chose Mary Sellers from the class of 2001 as this year's honoree. Let's give her a round of applause again. As you probably already know, Mary is the president of United Way of Central Iowa. It's her second stint leading the organization, having previously led the group from 2012 to 2017. There's her pictures up there. Before she was recruited to be the United States president of United Way Worldwide. In that position, she led 1,400 local United Way offices with an annual fundraising budget of $3.5 billion annually. Is right, and I can't even whistle very well. Leading the national organization, however, was contingent on one thing: not leaving her adopted hometown of Des Moines. Mary is from Florida, and she originally came to Des Moines to lead the Science Center of Iowa. One of the key projects during her tenure was the construction of the new Science Center in downtown Des Moines, which many of you just think has been the Science Center forever. That was a $63 million project that at the time was the largest cultural capital project the state had undertaken. Talk about making a lasting impact. Mary has a bachelor's degree from the University of Florida, an MBA from the University of Iowa, Tippie College of Business. You can clap for that back here. In 2014, she was honored as one of the Business Record's Women of Influence, and in 2019, she was named to the University of Florida College of Journalism and Communications Hall of Fame. The Business Record is proud to honor Mary Sellers, who is also a great person, a good friend, and a pretty funny individual, as the 2024 40 Under 40 Alum of the Year.
Thank you. And I think for the people that Susanna mentioned before that have received this honor, it's never about an individual. It's about a group of people, and that is no different tonight. I look over at my table. I've got staff who I'm privileged to call colleagues. I see board members that serve on the executive committee of United Way, and I have decades-long friends that are with us tonight. And for me to be standing before you is because of everybody that comes together to help us do what we need to do as a community. And I've been reflective about this in the last 48 hours. We had an all-staff event last night where I was talking to the staff about the privilege that we have. United Way has been serving this community since 1917, the end of World War I, and we've ushered our community through a lot of things. And then I think about the people that have had great impact on me. I think about Katie Meredith, Ted Meredith. I think of Jackie Blank. I think of Maddie Levitt. All of them were trailblazers. And I would have to say, and I'm going to focus squarely on Connie, she has lent a lot to me, personally and professionally. And I don't know that I would be here tonight, Connie, without everything that you have done for me. And you've done that for so many others in such a gracious way. So thank you for all you do for people. And so as I think about the people that were the trailblazers that allow us to take the baton and start to move forward, I think of where we are as a community right now. And I firmly believe we're at an inflection point in terms of where we go as we move forward as a community. We cannot accomplish the things that we have accomplished historically as a community if every person in this room, each of us and all of us, don't come together to try to solve the issues that our community is facing. So I would say tonight, as I read through all the 40 under 40 bios, which I am just so impressed and so appreciative of the work that you do, we have a lot of work to do going forward. And so I hope everyone here will raise the hand in a way that means something to you, to help our community move forward from where we are today. And I'm just appreciative. I'm appreciative to this table, but I'm appreciative to so many people in this room that have been supportive of me and have helped me to be where I am today. I'm just really grateful to call Des Moines home, and I think we're super fortunate that this is the place we get to call home. So thank you.
Thank you, Mary, and congratulations again. One thing we've talked about doing in the past that we never seem to pull the trigger on is having walk-up music. And apparently, Mary is an aficionado of 80s rap music, so we probably missed the boat on that one. We really should have gone for it. So. Anyway, my name is Jason Swanson, and I'm Vice President of Business Publications. In this role, I wear many hats, including overseeing the nomination and judging processes for the 40 Under 40 every year. I also get the honor of calling all of the honorees, which is truly one of the most gratifying days of the year. You get some very interesting reactions, including screams. I got, somebody swore at me once. I don't know what that was about, but definitely catch them by surprise, which is a fun thing. Before we get started, I wanted to give you a brief history of the 40 Under 40 Awards. This is our 25th year of honoring the best and brightest business leaders under the age of 40 in central Iowa. And by the end of the evening, when Mr. Alec Wilcox comes across the stage, there will be 1,000 total honorees, so he gets to be number 1,000. And the interesting thing is, after the first couple of years, I remember there was some hand-wringing and people wondering out loud if we'd have enough people to fill 40 people in the class year after year. Well, I think we answered that question pretty easily. When we started the award in the year 2000, I think Chris mentioned that there was a brain drain going on, and Connie felt like it was important that we honor an underrepresented class of people, which was the young professionals who were doing a great job in the community. And that's how it got started. So to keep people here, we said, let's shine a spotlight on the accomplishments of the people under the age of 40 and show others the opportunities that there are in Des Moines. Over the 25 years, we've seen 40 Under 40 honorees go on to be the mayors of their community, the heads of some of the most successful companies and nonprofits in the area, the winningest women's basketball coach in the University of Iowa history, and Caitlin Clark's coach happened to be a 40 Under 40 in the first year, and we also have 40 Under 40 was former Governor Chet Culver. So it really is an illustrious group that you are being taken into today. During that time, the criteria for selection hasn't changed. Each year, all past honorees are invited to participate in judges, with this year almost 100 of them taking us up on that offer. And we give them the same task, is to look at a batch of the applications and judge them on equal parts career achievement and community involvement. Since the beginning, the giving back component has been critical as to how the honorees make Central Iowa a better place for us to live and work, so we never get rid of that. It's also a very competitive process. This year we had more than 200 nominations, vying for only 40 spots. So if you do the math, that's 1 in 5 roughly that get selected. To be nominated, let alone selected, is truly an honor. And while getting selected on their first try happens for some honorees, many others get nominated multiple times before they finally get selected. And those are some of the best phone calls that you get to make. Somebody that you know really wants it, and they finally break through. The judges are really the unsung heroes here. They're the ones who do the heavy lifting. I compile the nominations, I reach out, and they actually are the ones who have to decide who those honorees will be. The one thing we do promise them is that it will be anonymous, so they can vote honestly on what they think and not have to worry about what somebody else thinks or that they might offend somebody that they know. It's happened. But again, thank you to all the judges who volunteered. We truly couldn't do it without you, and I've already had conversations tonight with past honorees who wondered why they didn't get to be a judge number 1, and I've got 4 or 5 really great people to nominate next year. So you all will be getting a call from me or an email next year in January to ask you to help. Please say yes, because we couldn't do this without the help of all the past honorees. Before we go any further, I'd like to take a moment to thank our vendor sponsor tonight, Prairie Meadows. With nearly 750 people here, Prairie Meadows offers a fantastic location for us to celebrate. And unlike some other venues we've had, this room is really deep. So you stand up here and you look back, and it goes on for a long time. Not to intimidate anybody before you come up on stage. But it's all friendly faces, I promise. But it's a terrific venue, and we've been lucky to be here for the past several years. So with that, I'll welcome Julie Stewart, Senior Vice President of Business at Prairie Meadows, to say a few words.
So I just want to thank you for choosing Prairie Meadows to be the venue host for the Business Record 40 Under 40. It's hard to believe this is the 25th class and that there will be 1,000 honorees after tonight. I vividly recall I was recognized in 2004, and I understand the honor you all feel tonight. And I want to just tell you to take a moment to celebrate your remarkable achievement because you've earned it. I also want to extend my congratulations to Mary Sellers on being named the 2024 Alum of the Year. Mary's exceptional work and accomplishments have always been the inspiration for so many of us in this community. Over the past 35 years, Prairie Meadows has proudly contributed $2.2 billion to help transform the lives of all Iowans through taxes and charitable giving. It's a privilege to be part of tonight's program and recognize your outstanding achievement, so congratulations.
All right, are we ready to get started? Are you ready? All right. So our first presenter will be Dave Ernst of the University of Iowa Tippie College of Business. The Tippie College of Business was with us since the very beginning. They've been a sponsor for 25 years of this event, and while the person reading the introductions may change, their support of young professionals and up-and-comers in our community has never wavered. So with that, here's Dave Ernst, Executive Director of Strategic Partnerships with the University of Iowa Tippie College of Business.
Glasses first. All right. Good evening, everyone. What a special night this is to honor our 40 Under 40 recipients. Welcome to everyone, honorees, family, friends, colleagues. It's so great to be with you to recognize this group. The Tippie College of Business, as it was said, was sponsor of this event since its inception 25 years ago. We're thrilled to be here once again and to celebrate the class of 2024. Before we get started, let's give our appreciation to the Des Moines Business Record team for putting together this great event. Without their vision and support, this would not be possible. To the class of 2024, congratulations to all of you. As you hear the descriptions of your fellow honorees tonight, I want you to listen for something. Listen for impact. The impact you all have had in your professional life, your personal life, and in your communities. You are the role models. You are the leaders. You are accomplished, and you are passionate, and you are compassionate. As you continue in your career, consider how you will invest for yourself, for your organization, and for your families in lifelong learning and continuing education. At the University of Iowa and the Tippie College of Business is your learning partner. We have awesome flexible degree programs and certificate programs for working professionals. The Iowa MBA ranked 8th in best online MBA program in the country by Fortune magazine, and our Masters of Business Analytics program are both part-time programs available fully online. Iowa MBA students can take in-person classes here in our downtown Des Moines campus. Courses are 8 weeks, 11 weeks long, depending on your program, and you can complete your degree within 2 years. You can add concentrations in business analytics or leadership or marketing or standalone certificates in more than 10 specialty areas. So lots of opportunities to continue your lifelong learning. Perhaps your business or organization needs to solve some tough problems. We at the Tippie College of Business is your business partner. We have seasoned faculty. We have eager students that participate in over 70 company projects a year. And finally, we have a Tippie Leadership Collaborative, which is your ongoing organization for professional development. We offer speaking engagements and customized executive education for teams and for leadership teams and talent management. So, now let us celebrate the honorees, their accomplishments, their opportunities, their future. Congratulations and go Hawks. Our first honoree is Cole Amstutz. Cole is the Vice President of Commercial Business Development with ServiceMaster by Rice, an Iowa-based franchise of ServiceMaster, specializing in cleaning, maintenance, and disaster recovery. In 2017, Cole founded the networking group Developing a Better Iowa Network that grew to 60-plus members in central Iowa. He is on the board of the Iowa Commercial Real Estate Association, the Institute of Real Estate Management, and the Greater Iowa Apartment Association, as well as being a graduate of several leadership groups, including Leadership Iowa in 2020. Cole is a graduate of Kirkwood Community College in Cedar Rapids. He is 37 years old. But we have a question for you.
What's my favorite color?
Harder than that. What keeps you motivated?
Thank you. Again, my name's Cole Amstutz, and what keeps me motivated? I believe that comparison is the thief of joy. And so I compare myself to myself. And I'm always continuing to work on myself professionally and personally wherever I can, and just find those little places that I can polish. And really and truly, at the end of the day, I'm just here to make my dad proud. So thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate you.
Jamie Blue. Jamie Blue is the owner and managing partner of JLN Realty Company, a Waukee-based business she founded in 2017. She serves on the board of Mentor Iowa, a nonprofit whose mission is to provide professional mentors to abused and neglected children that are currently under the authority of the juvenile court. In 2020, she was named the organization's Female Mentor of the Year. Jamie is also a graduate of the West Des Moines Leadership Academy, served on the inaugural board of Commercial Real Estate Women, and is past board member of the First Tee. Jamie attended AIB College of Business in Des Moines. She and her husband, Nolan, have 2 children, Jack and Mila. She is 37 years old. Here is your question. What is the best advice you received when starting out your career?
Thank you. The best advice I received was to get involved. At an early age, network, get involved, give back to your community. You're only going to get busier as life goes on, so if you can put that time and energy and effort in when you're young, it's just going to open endless doors and potentially give you like a very fulfilling future. So I always would encourage the next generation also to network, and give back when you can.
The next honoree is Nick Blythe. Nick is the Senior Vice President with Holmes Murphy and Associates Innovative Captive Strategies, where he gained voting share status in 2023 after working his way up from an internship with the company. Nick is passionate about serving and supporting youth in the community. To that end, he serves on the boards of the Dowling Catholic Foundation and Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Iowa, and supports Professionals for Charity, a nonprofit that raises money for children's charities in Iowa. Nick earned his bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Iowa. He and his wife, Amber, have 2 children, Sawyer and Kendall. He is 39 years old. Your question, what is something most people don't know about you?
I'll make my family and my friends happy by not using the Amtrak story. You're welcome. But this is actually going to get awkward knowing that University of Iowa is sponsoring this group. If you look at my resume, I'm a Hawkeye with 2 degrees from the undergrad to my MBA, but if you cut me open, I was born and raised a Cyclone, and I'm... I can remember when I told my parents I wanted to go to the University of Iowa. You know, most of my friends were going there, be a little farther away, and my dad telling my mom, I can hear his grandfather rolling over in his grave. And to this day, I'm trying to make my dad proud, so go Cyclones.
A house divided. Our next honoree is Maria Brownell. Maria is an attorney and shareholder with Ehlers & Cooney, specializing in providing legal advice to local governments. She is the immediate past president of the Polk County Bar Association Volunteer Lawyers Project that provides pro bono legal aid to Polk County residents who qualify. Maria serves on the Drake Law School's Board of Counselors and is a volunteer coach and judge for the Iowa Mock Trial Program. This includes coaching the Valley High School team and implementing a program for junior high school students at Sacred Heart School. Maria is a graduate of Creighton University and earned her law degree from Drake University. She and her husband, Kevin, have 2 children, Carmen and Oscar. She is 39 years old. And your special question of the night is, what is one of your proudest accomplishments?
Thank you. Well, without a doubt, one of my most proudest accomplishments are my 2 kids, Carmen and Oscar. They keep me motivated, they challenge me, they inspire me, and they look to me and my husband, my wonderful husband Kevin, as role models. So kids have a way of making you walk the walk and talk the talk. They watch everything you do. So it just makes me a better human. And of course, I couldn't accomplish those 2 kids without my wonderful anchor and support and partner, Kevin. So I'm very, very proud of my family and couldn't do or be motivated to do anything that I do without them. So.
Our next honoree is Nick Callison. Nick is Vice President of Development for Forvis, one of the largest accounting firms in the country with an office in West Des Moines. He currently serves on 3 boards: Variety, the Children's Charity, the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Iowa, and the Greater Des Moines Partnership's Talent Development Board. Nick is also an active volunteer, including serving as the Wish Granter for the Make-A-Wish Foundation and with Child Voice, an organization investing in the future of war-affected children from northern Uganda. Nick has made 3 trips abroad to visit the group's campus in the African nation. Nick attended Kirkwood Community College. He and his wife, Megan, have 3 children, Elizabeth, Theodore, and Lenora. He is 39 years old. He has a special question also. Please explain the significance of the picture on the screen.
We had a great over-under on if this was going to be the question. This was actually my 2nd trip to the campus in northern Uganda for Child Voice International. I had promised the girls that were rescued that I would grow my hair out so they could braid it. That hurt. And so I did it, but it's been a great, rewarding, life-changing for me, actually, to be able to spend some time over there. And fun fact, that was actually my passport photo because it got stolen while I was there. So, thank you.
Next honoree is Nana Coleman. Nana is Chief Product Officer with Rainy Day Pal, a startup company working towards launching version 0 of their product that aims to help individuals manage unexpected financial issues. He has a wide variety of community involvement, ranging from coaching second-grade baseball through Des Moines Parks and Rec to serving on a panelist at the Global Forum on Remittances, Investments, and Development in Nairobi, Kenya. He is also a member of the International Association of Black Actuaries, where he currently serves as the head of the Membership and Impact Committee. Nana earned his bachelor's degree from Drake University. He is married to Jemisa Metor and has 2 nephews, James and Jonathan. He is 31 years old. Your question, what is something you are currently working on professionally or personally that excites you?
Well, thank you for giving me that layup of a question. There's someone I was scared about. So as he mentioned, I lead product development for Rainy Day Pal, and what we're really focused on is building solutions that allow people to address the problems that trip them up for $500, $600 that, a lot of times we're told to save for, but sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you can't access credit. And so being able to continue to find ways that help people address their challenges in ways that are appropriate and dignified and fit the context of their lives is something that really excites me. Thank you.
Next honoree is Liz Cooney. Liz is manager of performance and capability management at F&G. F&G, she also serves as a vice president of communications and membership for the company's Pride Employees Resource Group. Additionally, she is the president of the Des Moines Gay Men's Choir, is currently part of the 2024 Greater Des Moines Institute, and co-wrote the book Through the Lens of Whiteness, Challenging Racialized Imagery in Pop Culture. Liz is a graduate of the University of Northern Iowa and earned her Master's of Arts degree from Syracuse University. She is 35 years old. Question, what is an issue you would like to see business leaders address?
Just one issue? First, I just want to thank my coworkers, friends, family that are here today, Ben and Rachel, who nominated me, and happy birthday to my sister, who's here. One issue that I would like to see businesses address actually comes from my participation in the Greater Des Moines Leadership Institute this year. We've learned a lot about the different issues facing Des Moines and our community, and I would love to see a livable wage or basic income be implemented in this city. There's a lot of incredible resources and nonprofits out there that are working really hard to fight things like a lack of housing, lack of income, and there are so many ways that we can do this, but it's going to take a lot of collaboration, and it is possible. So around 36% of Central Iowans live in the ALICE bracket, which is asset limited, income constricted, but employed. And that means they are surviving but not thriving. And we can do better. We have the capability and the resources to do that.
And the next honoree in our group is Casey Davis. Casey is Director of Employment Health and Wellness, Dotdash Meredith, where she manages a multi-million-dollar budget to work across departments to make their employers healthier and happier. She currently serves the community on the Broadlawns Board of Trustees and is on the board of the Young Women's Resource Center. In 2014, she traveled to Haiti as a nurse with the Community Health Initiative. Casey earned a bachelor's degree from the University of Iowa and a master's of nursing from DePaul University. She then became a nurse practitioner through St. Louis University. She and her husband Andrew have 2 children, Jack and Teddy, and she is 38 years old. Your question is, if you could give one piece of advice to the next generation of Central Iowa business leaders, what would it be and why?
Thank you so much. I don't know if I'm really qualified to be giving advice, but I love to do it, so here I am. I would just say I would love to see our future business leaders lean into policy and potentially policy changes that will positively impact our healthcare systems, our education, and our environment. So I think that is where people can really put their focus and energy and lead to positive impact and positive change. Thank you.
Please give one more round of applause for our first 8 honorees.
All right, our next presenter is Tim Quick, who's the Senior Vice President and Market President at DB&T. Tim is a 2010 40 Under 40 honoree, so give him a round of applause and welcome Tim.
So are we having fun here or what? Is this not awesome? This is cool. This is cool. First thing I do want to say, Business Record, thank you so much for being involved in the community. It's events like this that you don't just put yourself into, but that are necessary and needed to move Central Iowa forward. So this is really fun. More about me, again, my name is Tim Quick. I'm Senior Vice President, Dubuque Bank and Trust in Clive, Iowa. I'll just tell you a little about us because I know we want to get into why we're here. We're about $20 billion in assets. We operate in 12 different states under 11 different brands. The one thing I would tell you that would define Dubuque Bank and Trust is that we care about the communities that we serve. A lot of organizations that really put themselves in there, they don't just judge themselves by the profits, balance sheet, income statement, but at Dubuque, we judge ourselves by the success, not only by our clients, but by the communities that we serve. And that is so important and so fitting. Because we look at the individuals sitting at these tables today, there is a reason why Central Iowa is rated one of the best places to live and work in the country. I don't have to read that script. I just know it and I feel it because you see the energy here of the individuals here, year in and year out, day in and day out. There is a reason why this place here is one of the best places to live and work in the country. So to be a part of this and to be a sponsor is minimal compared to what's going on here and the stories you're going to hear and continue to hear. It's amazing. It's awesome. It is why we're one of the best places to live and work in the country. Our work is not done. There are so many alums I've spoke here today that are moving things forward, and it's so exciting because I look at the individuals here and you hear the stories. You're not just our future leaders, you're leaders now, and you've always been leaders. It's just now it's time to take your turn, right? So this is exciting. So thank you for allowing us to sponsor this. Thank you for allowing us here. We enjoy working with the Business Record again. They've got the Commercial Real Estate Forum coming up. I know that's kind of a plug. But again, these are things that are required, that these are things good communities do to make a difference, and that's why we're here. The last thing I will say, very important, go Cyclones. There's an important game tonight. So, okay, enough about that. Let's go ahead and get started with the exciting table right here. Second group, we're going to start with Shannon Dreher. Shannon Dreher is the Director of Health and Wellbeing at Wesley Life, where she leads wellness efforts for 2,000 team members, residents, and clients of Iowa's largest nonprofit provider of services and care for people 50 and over. She's helped lead the expansion of the new Meals on Wheels campus to triple the number of meals they can provide. This includes working with numerous entities, including Drake Neighborhood, and make sure they were meeting their needs. She is also a founding member of the Unity Point Young Advisory Council, among several other affiliations. Shannon earned a bachelor's degree from Iowa State University and her master's communication from Drake University. She and her husband Adam have 2 children, Theo and Warren. She is 36 years old. Okay, so the question. By the way, I've had a lot of the honorees ask me, what's my question? What's my question? And I'm like, I know, I just remember. So nobody knows. Okay, so here's your question. Please explain the significance of the photo on the screen.
Good evening, and thank you so much for this honor. This picture is of me and my son, Warren. He suffers from a rare genetic condition that is life-limiting. And this is us actually more than a year ago on February 28th, 2022, when we were celebrating Rare Disease Day. So for me, this picture means advocacy, which is something that's been a part of my life for a number of years. But it also means that we, as individuals, are more. We're multifaceted in who we are. We are who we are at work. We have responsibilities at home. We are caregivers. And for me, this is a picture that means a lot to my family with my son, Warren. Sorry.
All right, our next honoree, Wesley Franklin. Wesley Franklin is the Community Impact Director at the American Heart Association. He has won numerous awards from the organization, including Health Strategies Award in Excellence in 2019 and 22, and the Midwest Emerging Leadership Award in 2022. Additionally, he has organized community health initiatives in collaboration with Mercy College Health and Sciences and Granville University, focused on hypertension, education, and awareness in communities of need. He has served as a member of the West Des Moines Human Services Advisory Board, amongst other activities. Wesley earned his bachelor's degree from Furman University, his master's degree from Middle Tennessee State, and currently a PhD candidate from Drake University. He and his wife Karen have one child, Harper. Wesley is 39 years old. You've had one more year, and one more year. All right, so your question. If you could relive one memorable experience, what would it be and why?
Well, one of the pictures, as you see right there, is Furman. I played rugby at Furman University, and in 2005, one of the most memorable moments is that we beat Duke in the national championship game, which was a memorable moment for us. Fast forward to now, I still keep in contact with those players, with my coaches, so they continue to motivate me. Coach Roberts sent a nice little message to me to congratulate for this award tonight. So go Furman University, go Paladins. I know table 50, where my daughter is at, I'm sure she's happy about this moment as well. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
All right. Ciriaco Garcia. Well, I had a conversation with a gentleman earlier, and wow, what a story. What a story. Ciriaco Garcia is a Central Iowa artist who has painted over 30 murals in the area, including one in 2023 at Hoover High School, with the help of Al Exido, and another in Evelyn K. Davis Park, with several other artists and the Des Moines Art Center. He is a teaching artist at the Art Center, as well as teaching after-school art at Wilbur Academy, and has led art activities at Mainframe Studios for their first Friday open house. He's also partnered with the Be Well Foundation on community art projects. Ciriaco is a graduate of Des Moines Area Community College and Marshalltown Community College. He and his wife Stephanie have 3 children, Ciriaco Ezra, Santiago, and Sienna. He is 28 years old. So your question, you were one that asked me what your question was. It was another Ciriaco. It had to have been.
He told me too.
Okay. You obviously have done a lot, so I think this question is very fitting.
Okay, cool.
What keeps you motivated?
Appreciate you, Tim. Let me see. I mean, there's many things that keep me motivated, but the number one thing that keeps me motivated is my family. My wife, Stephanie, back there, you know what I'm saying? Can you stand up, girl, real quick? Because look, hey, I want to give her a shout out because she's been 10 toes down for me from the jump. We've been together for almost 10 years now, and from the jump when I told her I wanted to become an artist, she always believed in me, always just motivated me to continue to do it. When things were hard, she lifted me up, and she still lifts me up. Today, before she got here, she changed 2 diapers, you know what I'm saying, to get here. she dropped the kids off to our babysitter, and she got here. You know, she looks beautiful, and you're working that dress, girl. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you.
All right. Got to keep this energy going here. Come on.
Hey, Jim, you got to pull it back together.
Okay. All right, Alessia, it's your turn. Alessia Holker. Alessia Holker is a co-founder and executive director of HHD Production, an independent film company that produced and distributed her documentary, The Truth About Happiness and Well-Being. She also serves as executive director of the Association for Talent Development, a group focused on growing the capabilities of their members and empowering growth through community. Alessia is still relatively new to the United States, having immigrated here from Russia just 12 years ago. Alessia's education background includes degrees from Moscow State Linguistics University, Des Moines Area Community College, and AIB College of Business. She has earned certifications from Harvard, Yale, and the University of Iowa Tippie College of Business. She and her husband, Jared, have one child, Hayden, and she is 39 years old. One more year. One more year.
I know. I wasn't this close.
All right. Your question. What is one of your proudest accomplishments?
I will piggyback on Maria's answer. I've been pretty busy in the last decade and working, volunteering, studying, and I even made a movie. But my biggest accomplishment is becoming a mom, and nobody can prepare you for the range of joy and pride and love and weird emotions that you were never prepared for when becoming a parent. But at the end of the day, I think my kids are going to be my biggest accomplishment and my biggest legacy. Thank you.
All right. John Hummel. John Hummel is a vice president commercial banking at West Bank. In 2022, he was named up-and-coming banker by Community Bankers of Iowa, and he's been nominated as Iowa representative on the American Bankers Association Emerging Leaders Council. John is a very active member in the community, having served on numerous boards, most recently including the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce, Ronald McDonald House Charities, Community Bankers Leaders of Tomorrow, and the Great Des Moines Partnership. John is a graduate of the University of Northern Iowa. He and his wife, Shonda, have two children, Jackson and Chase. He is 37 years old. Your question. If you could give one piece of advice to the next generation of Central Iowa business leaders, what would it be and why?
I got to put this up a little bit. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, everybody in the room. This is truly an honor, and I'm very humbled to be up here. Get involved, because we're a team, and this community is wonderful. It's safe. There's so many opportunities here. That's why people are flocking here. One thing I'd like to see is a little more affordable housing for those folks that are getting out of college that can afford to come here. But get involved. Give back to your community that you love so much, because it really matters. And give your times, talents, and treasures, because somebody's got to do it. And we're as a team, we're very strong. And Iowa is so special because you can go everywhere and people look you in the eye and they say hi to you at the grocery store or whatever. It's not like that in every community. So we're lucky to be here, and just keep getting involved and get your new people in and encourage them to give back. Thank you.
Courtney Kirkpatrick. Let me move this back down a little bit here. All right. Courtney Kirkpatrick is the Director of Advancement for Anawim Housing, a Central Iowa nonprofit focused on providing affordable housing and permanent supportive housing for those in need. She's also membership chair and chair-elect of the Association of Fundraising Professionals and is board chair of Dental Connections, a community health center that provides equitable access to oral health care for children and adults. Courtney is also a graduate of LEAD DSM's Greater Des Moines Leadership Institute and remains an active alumni volunteer of the organization. Courtney earned her bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Iowa and DEI certification from the University of South Florida. She's 34 years old. Here is your question.
6 years.
But you did it now, so that's... Okay, so here is your question. What is something most people do not know about you?
Okay, this is the one question I did not want because I am an open book, a notorious oversharer, so I feel like most people know everything about me. But one thing that I think that I should brag about more is that I'm actually related to Abraham Lincoln. At least that's what my great aunt tells me. I don't know. I can also do the splits, but I'm wearing a skirt, so I will not do that today.
All right, Aaron Knupp. Aaron Knupp is the Director of Business Development for Boyd Jones, an Omaha-based financial service construction company. She's active in the community, serving on boards of Urban Dreams and the Downtown Des Moines Chamber of Commerce. In addition, she serves on the fundraise committee for Center at 6, leads a team of 9 women who constructed a home for the Greater Des Moines Habitat for Humanity's Women's Build Day and is a graduate of the West Des Moines Leadership Academy. And is a graduate of Mount Mercy University. She and her husband Sam have 2 children, Milo and Emerson. She is 34 years old. Here is your question. What is the best advice you received when starting out your career?
Thanks. I would think that it would have to be just no meeting is a bad meeting. No matter what you do in business, it's just as much about what you know as it is who you know and how you leverage those connections and really authentically communicate and network with those people really can get you very far without having to be very smart or talented. So that's why I'm up here today. Thank you.
All right, last but not least from this round, Lauren Koloff. Lauren Koloff is Executive Director of the Avenues at Grand in Ingersoll, whose mission is to drive economic development, maintenance, and beautification of this historic commercial and residential district. In her time with the organization, she has started several new events to draw people to the area. I know, I've been part of those, so yes. In addition, she volunteers with the Des Moines Refugee Services, serves as an advisory team chair for Delta Gamma sorority at Drake University, and is a Power Read mentor with Everyone Wins Iowa. Lauren is a graduate of Drake University. She and her husband, Nick, have 1 child, Heath. Lauren is 32 years old. Your question. What is an issue you'd like to see business leaders address?
Thank you so much. First of all, I want to say that I think it's really cool that our class is made up of not just business leaders, but also small business owners and nonprofit leaders and people from a wide variety of backgrounds. So as a nonprofit leader, I would say that something that business leaders can address is volunteerism. Post-COVID, volunteers have not come back in the way that they had before, and nonprofits really rely on the power of volunteers. And it's not just telling your employees to
to volunteer. You really have to encourage and incentivize it. I'll give you 2 examples. I worked for a company that had a VTO policy, yet none of us ever used it. We were told about it once a year at the benefits renewal. But then I had a boss, she's here today, who invited me to volunteer with her once a week, and we did that together. So I think business leaders, we have a real opportunity to practice what we preach and lead by example, and I think volunteerism in the community is a great place to start. Thank you.
Once again, I want to thank this second group here. As you can see, so much energy, passion, and love that goes into this community. I'm also moved because I see I hear all the good stories, and I see the diversity of what we're doing in this great town that we call home. So once again, thank you for allowing us to sponsor, and once again, honorees, thank you for making Des Moines the best place to live and work in this country.
All right, we're ready for round 3. To introduce round 3 is Chris Sackett from the Brown Winnick Law Firm. He's also a member of the 2004 class of 40 under 40, even though he does not look like it at all. So Chris, take it away. I meant that in the most positive way possible.
Good evening, everyone. As you heard, I'm Chris Sackett. I'm a partner at Brown Winnick Law Firm, and I'm a business lawyer. Brown Winnick is a full-service business law firm. We have approximately 80 lawyers and 60 non-lawyer staff. We're extremely proud to be one of tonight's sponsors for such an important event, and thank the Business Record for putting this on. Also thank all of you for celebrating our honorees. This is a big deal. Our governing principles at Brown Winnick, I think, are kind of important for a lot of reasons, and some of those are relevant to our honorees tonight. We take a practical, business-minded approach. We solve challenges. We partner. We thrive and help others to thrive. We empower our people to reach their best and highest potential, which is some of the things that we see in our honorees tonight. We also embrace pivotal moments, and this is a very pivotal moment for our honorees and for our community based on what these honorees have done. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. We have a fantastic group of individuals. We're passionate at Brown Winnick about supporting our community and supporting individuals like our honorees. Again, I'd like to extend my warmest congratulations to all the honorees on this incredible achievement. Your dedication and hard work and exceptional talent have earned you a well-deserved spot among Des Moines leaders. Your contributions to your respective industries are to be admired. Innovative ideas, passion, and relentless pursuit of excellence have not only propelled your careers, but have significantly impacted your community and will continue to do so. As you continue on your journey, I encourage you to remember the significance of your accomplishments so far. You've worked hard to get to where you are, but the journey doesn't end here. There's still many challenges ahead, and I'm very confident that our honorees will be up to those. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Never forget the importance of giving back, and always strive to make a positive impact on the lives of those around you. And importantly, mentor, sponsor, support those who come after you. Help people any way you can. Those are the obligations that come with the honor. You're the future of Des Moines and of Central Iowa. Thank you and congratulations to the honorees. And now it's my honor to introduce this great table of honorees. Our first honoree is Kirsten Martins. Kirsten is the Managing Director of Account Strategy with Flynn Wright, a local advertising and public relations firm. While there, she has helped Flynn Wright Giving Back program to educate the team members about needs in the community. She's a board member of Utility Communicators of International and is a graduate of the Greater Des Moines Leadership Institute. She's given her time to numerous planning committees, including NAMI Iowa, NAMI Walks, the Festival of Trees and Lights, and the Komen Iowa Race for the Cure. Kirsten is a graduate of the University of Northern Iowa. She and her husband, Zach, have 2 children, Hank and Abby, and Kirsten is 38 years old. Here's your question. What is something you are working on personally or professionally that excites you?
Thank you. I also tried to negotiate with the lawyer to give us our questions in advance to work. Something that gets me excited personally, professionally, I'll go professionally. This is a business record event. I've been working at Flynn Wright since the moment I left University of Northern Iowa. I've grown a lot there, and I've been really proud of all we've accomplished together as a team. We have been the best agency in Iowa for 14 years running, and I feel personal satisfaction and part of that because of all of the growth we've seen. We're onboarding national clients, attracting those. We are 3 times the size we were from the moment I walked in, and I feel immense pride in all that we've done together because we work hard for our clients. We put service first. We are service-minded first, and because of that, our clients are successful, we're successful, and I feel like it's the greatest place that I could have ever been part of this kind of growth personally, but professionally, and what that means for what we can achieve together. So, thank you.
So I had this idea, and I had my assistant print all of these on one page with smaller font. The glasses are coming on now.
You can do the big type version right here.
Look at that.
We got the large type version for him right there.
Now I gotta get these off. Vanessa Carolina Marcano Kelly. Vanessa is the owner and lead linguist with Caracas Language Solutions, a company she founded in 2015. She is also strategist of content with Principal Financial Group. Through Caracas Language Solutions, she led the group that translated Governor Reynolds' COVID-19 addresses for Iowa PBS. In 2020, she helped the creation of one of the 6 bilingual satellite caucus sites. Vanessa is a graduate of the 2014 Latina Leadership Initiative and serves on the board of Iowa Migrant Movement for Justice, providing legal assistance for migrant workers throughout Iowa. Vanessa is a graduate of South Dakota University. She and her husband, Michael Kelly, have 1 child, Kalel. Vanessa is 39 years old. Vanessa, your question. Please describe the significance of the photo on the screen.
Thank you so much. Kalel is Calito Animalito. He's a dog. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much to my village, my family. You all know who you are, and especially thank you to Kenya for nominating me. It's an honor to be here. And this photo is me. I think I was turning 2 years old. As you can see, the 2 little candles. That's me in Caracas, in my home in Venezuela. And you know, it brings a lot of good memories and kind of like the motivation of why I do the things that I do. As immigrants, I'm an immigrant from Venezuela. We get 1 shot. Oftentimes, we just get 1 shot to do things, and so we gotta make the biggest impact and do it right the first time. So I always carry all migrants around the world in my heart, and as a great tradition of Venezuela, which is Miss Universe, winning a lot. Venezuela, lo logramos. Thank you so much, everyone.
Our next honoree is Jerica Marshall. Jerica is the Executive Director of the Directors Council, a collection of Black CEOs and executive directors who use their collective experience to improve the conditions of the communities they serve. She is the group's first Executive Director. Jerica is also active in the community, serving on the boards of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Inc., the Iowa Ivy Foundation, and Ladylike, an initiative to inspire and empower Black and African women in the greater Des Moines area. Jerica is a graduate of Upper Iowa University. Her boyfriend is James Crosby, and she is 35 years old. Jerica, your question: if you could relive one memorable experience, what would it be and why?
Thank you. I'd first like to thank my family who traveled here today, my friend Stephanie and Jay who all traveled here to be here today. I appreciate that.
One memorable experience I remember is the day I got this position. Being able to be in the room and hear words from Ms. Terry Caldwell-Johnson, who said that I've entrusted you with this organization. Knowing that Directors Council has been in their family for our 20th year anniversary. Thank you to my board that is here today, appreciate that. But knowing that this legacy that is left with the One Economy Report, and she entrusted me with that, is something that I will never forget and I will never take for granted. And I'm excited for the work that we have coming forward in the future. So, thank you.
Christina Marshall. Wow. Christina Marshall is Regional Vice President of BH Management, the 8th largest multifamily owner and operator in the country with more than 107,000 units in 20 states. She's currently the President of the Greater Iowa Apartment Association and is the Chair of Marketing and Communication for the National Apartment Association. In addition, Christina is on the board of the Commercial Real Estate Women and is active with many local organizations, including Central Iowa Shelter and Services, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Central Iowa, and Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa. Christina and her husband Kyle have one child, Keegan. She's 39 years old. Christina, if you could give one piece of advice to the next generation of Central Iowa business leaders, what would it be?
My advice would be say yes. Say yes to the opportunities, say yes to the coffee run, say yes to the volunteering. You never know what group you're going to run into, the differences within those groups or opportunities really to continue your path forward. So really just say yes if you have the opportunity to do something new or try something new that really will help elevate your career and your abilities and advancement.
Jesse McQuarrie. Jessie is Programs Director with the Iowa Association of Business and Industry, where she oversees programs for all ages, including Business Horizons for high schoolers, Leadership Iowa University for college students, and Leadership Iowa for community leaders. She's a member of the Business and Marketing Program Management Committee with the Iowa Department of Education, is on the Intermediary Technical Assistance Committee, and serves as the chair of the Young Professionals of Iowa, among other affiliations. Jessie earned her bachelor's degree from Central College. She's married to KJ McQuarrie and is 35 years old. Jessie, what is one of your proudest accomplishments?
I have to move the microphone down a little bit. Hi, everyone. I would say one of my proudest accomplishments, less than 2 weeks ago, I hit my 10-year anniversary at the Iowa Association of Business and Industry. Yeah. And I am very grateful and very honored to have been able to work on programs that I care a whole lot about. If you've been associated with one of our Leadership Iowa Business Horizons or Leadership Iowa University, will you stand, please, in the room? Yeah. These people keep me motivated, and I'm very grateful that over the last 10 years, I have had any small measure of impact in the lives of the people in Iowa. From 400 Leadership Iowa participants, about 600 high school students, a little over 200 college students. We have some really incredible people here in Iowa, and as we said, we make a pretty great team, and there's really nothing we can't do when we go together. So I'm very proud and honored to be a part of this. Thanks.
Emily Mendez. Emily is Director of Development for Proteus, an organization that provides access to health care, education, and job training to those who have worked in the agricultural field. She's on the board of the Iowa Rural Health Association, is a member of the Latino Trade Network Committee, and the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce. She's also a member of the Rise Breakfast Club, a women's group that promotes leadership, mentoring, and meaningful connections among its members. Emily, also a graduate of Central College. She and her husband Miguel have 2 children, Briella and Bianca. She's 36 years old. What keeps you motivated?
So I like this question. Jesse moved it down, I gotta move it up. I like this question because it gets me to talk about my organization, Proteus Inc. So 30 years ago, there was an immigrant family. Oh, you guys, I'm a crier, and this is gonna get to me. There was an immigrant family that moved to Iowa, and Proteus helped them. And 30 years later, that family is thriving. They're doing so well. And the reason this gets me is because it's my husband's family. Thank you. And I don't know who those people were 30 years ago that helped my husband's family, which now means he's a fantastic father to my kids, fantastic husband to me. But 30 years ago, those people had an impact, and it's still resonating today. And so what I do today is going to have an impact 30 years from now. I might not see it, nobody might know my name or ever be able to come and tell me, but it makes a difference for the people that we support and the people that we help. So I am just thrilled to be a part of that, to be doing something that continues to support families and uplift them and empower farm workers. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a pretty good answer. Andrew Martins. Andrew is the Executive Director of the Iowa Association for Justice, a statewide bar association for trial lawyers that works on public policy issues. The group's Justice Indeed Community Service Initiative has worked on nearly 75 projects and raised more than $125,000 during Andrew's time with the organization. That's great. Andrew serves on the boards of the Iowa Freedom of Information Council, the Iowa Newspaper Foundation, and Justice Not Politics, the leading voice for fair courts in Iowa, among others. Andrew is a graduate of the University of Iowa. He and his wife, Carrie, have 2 children, Will and Henry. He's 39 years old. Andrew, what is something not many people know about you?
Thank you. Look at that. About time the Hawkeyes get some love tonight. Sorry, Jason, but you know.
He's wearing his Hawkeye tie.
Absolutely. So I'm going to cheat. I will tell you something that people didn't know about me until I was named a 40 under 40. The most common question I got was, I didn't know that you were under 40, which I universally took as an insult, but that happens. But what really impressed me looking through, there's a lot of us 39-year-olds. I like to think of us as the most 40 under 40. But shout out to Siracasso and Alec, 28 years old. That's amazing. So fantastic. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Sammy Mila. Sammy is the owner of Creme, an Asian-inspired bakery she assumed ownership of in 2022. Her background includes over 11 years as a food stylist at Dot Meredith. In 2023, she received the Iowa Restaurant Association's Emerging Leader Award and was named to that group's 40 under 40 list. Starting in 2021, she became one of the youngest members of I can really do pretty well with the Spanish stuff. Les Dames de Escoffier. All right, thanks. Greater Des Moines chapter, a philanthropic organization of women leaders in the food, beverage, and hospitality industries. Sammy is a graduate of Iowa State University. She is 33 years old. Sammy, what is the best advice you received when starting your career?
I'm Sammy. And I would say I've had a lot of advice from a lot of different avenues of people and people of different backgrounds, but I would say the one that really stuck with me that I would like to pass on to the next generation of leaders is to stay organic. As a leader, people are choosing to follow you, and when you're organic to yourself and your vision, you're really emphasizing the reason why they're choosing you. Thanks.
One more round of applause for this great table of wonderful honorees.
All right, it's great to have our next sponsor, Ide Bailey, with us again this year. I'd like to introduce Blake Crow. He's the partner at Des Moines and Des Moines market leader at Ide Bailey. Before Blake introduces the next round of honorees, we have a short video from the Ide Bailey team.
Hey, welcome to Ide Bailey's Des Moines office. I'm Blake, the partner in charge. Come on in and I'll show you around. Ide Bailey is a top 25 public accounting and business advisory firm with over 100 years of history and an eye for the future. With locations from the banks of the mighty Mississippi in Dubuque, Iowa, to the shores of the Pacific in Laguna Hills, California, we serve clients in nearly every state, in nearly every industry, and with more services than you probably ever imagined. You'll hear a lot of talk about culture around here. Our culture statement consists of 10 principles covering everything from client service to work-life balance to my personal favorite, having fun. Okay, go. It's the firm's identity, and it's how our partners and staff interact. We strive every single day to be the employer of choice for our staff. At Ide Bailey, we're more than an accounting firm. We continue to focus on diversity and inclusion. We were recently named number 10 for best internships for diversity with respect to women. We've been in business for over 100 years and have a deep level of knowledge and understanding when it comes to the industries we serve. By embracing change and innovation, we've grown along with our clients to become one of the top 25 accounting firms in the U.S. Talented, down-to-earth people work at our firm, and we're inspired to deliver outstanding expertise and care. All right, well, that's the office. Thanks for stopping by, and feel free to stop back anytime you're in town.
Every year, somebody invariably asks me why we need to show a video. And while accounting and creativity normally go together, when forced to speak in public, we can get pretty creative in how to get out of as much of it as possible. And also just a quick shout out, we got the team here at the table, the treadmill dancing superstar, Andy, on my team. So he's been seeing that video for 3 years now, so fantastic. While I haven't been announcing the candidates or honorees for the full 25 years. We've done this for a number of years now, and every single year, it's just amazing to see the backgrounds that exist in our community, get to meet more people, and just truly inspiring to see all of the great things everybody's doing. So with that, we'll move into our next honoree, Morgan Miller. Morgan is political director for the Iowa State Education Association, where she, with ICEA members and staff, works with ISEA members and staff to advance the legislative goals of the organization through community engagement. She is currently a member of Lead DSM's Greater Des Moines Leadership Institute and serves on the board of Iowa Women in Trades. For the past 12 years, she has been active in working to elect pro-labor candidates on both the local and national level, and is active in the Democratic Party's Women Committee and Labor Committees, winning the Rising Star Award in 2015. Morgan is a graduate of the University of Iowa. She's married to Joe Nearing and is 33 years old. Morgan, what is an issue you would like to see business leaders address?
Thank you. I do just want to point out that photo of my husband and I laying in a park. We had COVID. There was a story behind it. It was preparation for if I had that question. But anyways, I was like, oh no, they posted it. I'm from the Des Moines area, grew up in West Des Moines, and I've had a lot of friends leave Iowa after college, so I would love to see business leaders really address the fact that we need to be an attractive place for young people to stay and raise families. I think they can do that in a few ways, by putting pressure on policymakers to be more inclusive as a state. And then we need to go back to a foundation in education and support our public schools. So thank you so much.
Our next honoree is Carolyn Myers. Carolyn is the Director of Education at Des Moines Performing Arts, overseeing arts education and community engagement programs that have grown to serve 75,000 students and community members annually. She also oversees the Applause Series student matinees, the Wellmark Family Series, and the Explorer Series. Additionally, she runs the statewide Iowa High School Musical Theater Awards, which is the largest such program in the country, and serves on the board of the Heartland Youth Choir. Caroline is a graduate of Luther College. She is 38 years old. What is something you are currently working on, personally or professionally, that excites you?
Hi, everyone. What an honor to be here tonight. I am always excited by the art that myself and my colleagues get to seek and find from all across the country and bring here to share with audiences in Des Moines. So we are working on some absolutely fantastic performances that will be coming our way next season. But I'm even more excited about finding artists that are so community-centered that will not only grace our stages and welcome thousands of young people to have transformative experiences, but have a true heart for community, and will be going out to schools and parks and community centers and meeting our community where they are and having absolutely wonderful experiences that are going to change young people's hearts and minds and help them understand just how valuable their own stories and voices are. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Sharon Dikurugamba. Sharon is the Executive Director of African Immigrants and Refugees Transition Services, the nonprofit she co-founded that helps new immigrants and refugees with the transition process. To further aid this community, she organized a donation drive to aid refugees displaced by the effects of the derecho in Cedar Rapids and took the lead in educating that community about the importance of vaccinations during the COVID-19 pandemic. Additionally, she is a founding member of the Rwandan community in Iowa and is an ordained assistant pastor. Sharon earned her bachelor's degree from Simpson College. She and her husband Alex have 4 children, Promise, Emmanuel, Gabriella, and Zoella. She is 36 years old. Sharon, please describe the significance of the photo on the screen.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sharon Dikurugamba. I'm originally from Rwanda, Central Africa, and I'm married to a man who's from Congo. We came here as a refugee a few years back, and the photo on the screen, that's when we had just gotten our citizenship. To us, it was, thank you. The transitioning process was hard, the struggles living in a refugee country and trying to find a better place. But when we came to the United States, for us, that was a stepping stone to a better future for ourselves and for our kids. So just getting the citizenship and being on a platform like this and being awarded for serving your community, that's the American dream to me. So thank you.
Our next honoree is Danny Patrick. Danny is the Senior Director of Community Impact with the Community Foundation of Greater Des Moines. Currently, she is the President of the Young Professionals Connection and serves on the board of the Greater Des Moines Partnership, the Des Moines Music Coalition, and Goodwill of Central Iowa, among others. In addition, she is a 2021 graduate of the African American Leadership Academy and remains an active alum of that group.
Danny is a graduate of Missouri State University, and she is engaged to Arsenio Valentin and is 34 years old. Danny, what is something not many people know about you?
Hi, I'm Danny. So something not many people know about me, if I'm being candid, I shouldn't be here today. For a long time, I struggled with some mental health issues, and it was something for a long period of time. But through college and honestly moving to Des Moines for me was a start at something different. So truly, when I say that I show up every day and love to help people find their purpose, it's because truly being in this community has helped me find mine. So I say that and just tell you all, truly get involved and get connected to the people in your community because you don't know whose life you're changing. And thank you.
Our next honoree is Leanne Peterson. Leanne is Senior Partner, Healthcare Studio Manager, Registered Interior Designer with RDG Planning and Design, a position she has held since 2020. She was the 2019 president of the Interior Design Association Great Plains chapter where, as a committee member, she played an integral role in passing new interior design rules in 2023. Other past interests include being a certified tumbling judge with the United States Tumbling Association. I really didn't know that was a thing. As well as being a tumbling instructor, judging interior design for Kirkwood Community College and UNI, and volunteering at Beautiful Beginnings. Leanne is a graduate of the University of Northern Iowa. She and her husband Nathan have 3 children, Owen, Weston, and Clayton. She is 37 years old. Leanne, if you could relive one memorable experience, what would it be and why?
Thank you. It's great to be here tonight and great honor. I obviously, having 3 children were very memorable experiences. Not sure I want to relive them. So professionally, a few years ago, I had the opportunity to give an award to my mentor, who is here tonight. I haven't had a chance to say hi to her. But because I was serving on the board at the time, I had that honor, and I was very nervous. I had written a speech, and it was a very exciting thing. She is someone that took a risk, saw something in me before I was even legally drinking age, and has someone that I respect and value, and so if I could relive that moment, maybe a little less nervous the second time around and just really enjoy the bask in the glory. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Nick Peterson. Nick is Strategic Partnership Manager for Alliant Energy. While there, he has led partnerships with Iowa State University to develop the Alliant Energy Solar Farm and the Agricultural Innovation Lab at the ISU Research Park. He is the Vice President of the NAACP Des Moines and is on the board of the African American Museum of Iowa Board since 2023, all to level the playing field for all in our communities and tell the rich history of Black Iowans. He was formerly Assistant Athletics Director at Seattle University. Nick earned his bachelor's degree from Northwest Missouri State University and his master's degree from Seattle University. He and his wife, Jerica, have 2 children, Camille and Simone. He is 36 years old. Nick, what is one of your proudest accomplishments?
That's a tough question. The easy answer is sitting at table 16, my 2 daughters, Camille and Simone. They've literally helped me survive life and survive cancer, and given me the motivation to move forward. And then I think, the best is yet to come. I still think I do not have an accomplishment that I'm ready to hang my hat on. So appreciate the honors today and appreciate everyone that's here. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Molly Ross. Molly is the Vice President of Operations of the Technology Association of Iowa, where she has led the rollout of 2 professional development programs for the group, Iowa Technology Leadership Institute and Iowa Tech Connect. In addition, she serves on the Technology Councils of North America's Public Policy Committee and as a grant reviewer for the Iowa Women's Foundation. She has also been a member of the Sector Partnership Leadership Council through the Iowa Department of Education. Molly earned her undergraduate degree from the University of South Carolina and her MBA from the University of Iowa. She and her husband Jake have 2 children, Lila and Henry. She is 37 years old. Molly, what is an issue you would like to see business leaders address?
Thank you. This is a tough question to follow everyone that has given so many issues that are important to our community. And I think I want to build on the last comment to talk about the importance of ensuring our community remains a place that young people want to stay and grow their careers, grow their families, and contribute back, just like everyone in this room. We have a workforce issue, so certainly we want people to be working in our communities, but we have so many brilliant, talented students graduating from our colleges and universities across the state, and so many turning and leaving right away. So the more that leaders like those in this room today can be welcoming and encouraging and also share your successes and the cool things that your companies are doing to make it attractive, I think it'll be better for all of us. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Janae Sicking. Janae is the Senior Vice President of Talent Development and Inclusion Strategies for the Greater Des Moines Partnership. In that role, she has led the National Talent Attraction Marketing Campaign and Regional Integration Strategy for the group, as well as conducting the 2023 Workforce Trends and Occupancy Study. She is on the Executive Committee of the Governor's Empower Rural Iowa Initiative and serves on numerous boards, including Variety, the Children's Charity, Avenue Scholars Des Moines, and the Iowa College Access Network. Janae is a graduate of Central College. She is married to Drew Sicking and is 33 years old. Janae, what keeps you motivated?
Thank you, Blake. Good evening, and thank you to the Business Record and the sponsors for supporting this wonderful event. What keeps me motivated? Number one, a really great to-do list. There is great satisfaction in checking off those tasks every single day. Yes, thank you. Number two, it's really all about helping people. I am so privileged to get to help people every single day at the Greater Des Moines Partnership and get to tackle challenging issues facing the region in a collaborative team environment with some of the best business leaders in the region as well. And finally, number three, yes, I am expecting, due in July, and so knowing that baby Sicking will be in a region where he can live, work, and play motivates me every day too. So thank you.
Join me in welcoming and congratulating this round of honorees one more time.
Well, we are at Prairie Meadows, so it's probably appropriate to say we're coming around the clubhouse turn. We're down to our last group of honorees, and to do that, we have a brand new sponsor this year, which is Wellaby. And joining us from Wellaby is their Chief Marketing Officer, Debbie DeCamp. So let's give her a warm welcome so she comes back next year.
Wow, well, good evening, everyone. What an honor it is to be here tonight representing Wellaby as a first-time sponsor at an incredible event recognizing some really amazing honorees. I didn't even realize I was going to be doing a milestone tonight of recognizing the 1,000th honoree, so that's super cool. I'm really excited about that. For those of you who aren't familiar with Wellaby, we're a new name, but we're not a new company. We were actually founded here in Des Moines in 1929 as American Republic Insurance Company. Over the course of our last 95 years, we've seen a lot of significant change and growth, and in June of last year, we unified our entire organization under our new brand Wellaby to better reflect who we are, what we do, and differentiate ourselves in a sea of insurance companies. The name Wallaby comes from the phrase, "will always be." It's an extension of our promise to always be here for our customers. Compassion runs deep at our organization, and that's why we're proud to sponsor tonight's event for the first time. We understand the importance as a caring company of connecting with others and making a difference in people's lives, just like our all of our 40 honorees tonight. And with that, let's hear about our final 8. Zach Sims. Zach Sims is client executive with Holmes Murphy & Associates, where he recently completed the Holmes Murphy University and is on track to become a shareholder in 2024. He currently serves on the board of Young Variety, where he has chaired numerous fundraising events. He is also on the board of the directors of Associated Builders and Contractors of Iowa and is a member of Northern Polk Pheasants Forever and Ducks. Zach is a graduate of Grandview University. He and his wife Haley have one child, Dean. Zach is 31 years old, and here is your question. What is something you are working on personally or professionally that excites you?
Thanks for that question. It's pretty fitting with the Variety Telethon that we just had. So outside of work, I'm super passionate about inclusive playgrounds. I had a brother with special needs, and we can never go to the park. So I am passionate about raising money and raising funds for kids so everyone has a chance to go to the park and swing with a brother or a mom and a dad. And I think it's a great cause, but we need everyone's help because it's super important.
Anna Sturmer. Anna Sturmer is Executive Vice President, Chief Marketing Officer with Hy-Vee. In 2023, she spearheaded the rollout of the new Hy-Vee Perks program, one of the biggest initiatives the company has undertaken. She also helped form a partnership between the company and the Feeding America organization to help support local member food banks. And she helped spearhead the Hy-Vee IndyCar weekend, including the 4 pre- and post-race concerts. She also serves on the Character Counts Board. Anna earned her bachelor's degree from Drake University. Go Bulldogs. She and her husband, Cody, have 2 children, Cohen and Mira. She is 35 years old. And here is your question. What is the best advice you received when starting out your career?
Thank you, and thank you to everyone for being here. It's such an honor to have this and earn this award. So the best advice that I've had, and it's kind of come in waves over my career, but the first thing would be, I had somebody when I was really young tell me that you'll never go at it alone, and so figure out who you're going to bring along with you and who's going to help you get to your goals. The second thing that I was told was that the journey won't be fair or easy, but the hard is what is going to make it great in the end, so don't be afraid to race to the challenge. And then the third thing, which I think is the most important, is that life is truly about relationships. And then don't forget, who we serve. And so if it's about relationships, you always have to show up every day to serve your employees or your customers or whoever you may work with. So those would be the advice that I would leave for the next generation. Thank you.
Jordan Stokes. Jordan Stokes is self-performed work leader, Midwest region for Ryan Companies. He serves on the board and will be the president in 2024 of the American Concrete Institute Iowa chapter. Jordan supports a variety of charitable causes, including Hope Ministries Bethel Mission, United Way of Central Iowa, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and the Family Cancer Network, just to name a few. He is also on the Altoona Palooza Committee. Jordan is a graduate of the University of Northern Iowa. He and his wife Peyton have 2 children, Sutton and Rutland. He is 35 years old. Your question, what is something most people don't know about you?
All right, good evening, and congrats to all the other honorees. Believe it or not, some people might not know this about me, but I have a passion for swimming, and I know that's very hard with the height and the stature of myself, but had a passion for that, and I grew up in Cedar Falls, Waterloo area, and we had a relay team when I was 12 years old that broke 2 national records, and they held for about 20 years. So, thank you. Have a good evening.
Ryan Tousley. Ryan Tousley is Senior Business Development Manager with the Whites Company. At the company, he helped lead the construction of the Hilton Des Moines Downtown Hotel and continues to work to bring large data centers to the area. He has served on the American Heart Association's Hard Hats with Heart Committee for the last 3 years, has helped lead and fundraise for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Iowa's Bowling for Kids' Sake, and is a graduate of Lead DSM's Greater Des Moines Leadership Institute. Ryan earned his bachelor's degree from East Carolina University. He is 39 years old. Your question. Please describe the significance of the picture on the screen.
This is the one I didn't want to have to talk about, but most people who know me know I am the biggest Iowa State fan that did not go to Iowa State. So if you need me on Saturdays in the fall, this is where you can find me at Jack Trice. But the real significance in this photo is one thing I really value is I get to do this with one of my best friends, and that's my dad, who's here tonight. The ability to go to all these games with him and travel with him and experience all these things with him is something that I really value and something I take very seriously. So thank you very much.
Bridget Ullman. Bridget Ullman is Senior Vice President and General Counsel for LCS, the third largest operator of senior living communities in the country. She is active with the Alzheimer's Association Iowa chapter. In 2021, she was elected board chair, and in 2019, she helped start the first Purple Soiree Gala to bring awareness to those with Alzheimer's. In addition, she serves as Secretary and Treasurer of the Mid-Iowa Development Association of Local Governments, a group of local mayors who gather monthly to discuss issues within the Des Moines Metro. Bridget earned her bachelor's and law degrees from Drake University. She and her husband Joe have 2 children, Cora and Margot. She is 37 years old. Question for you. If you could give one piece of advice to the next generation of Central Iowa business leaders, what would it be and why?
Good evening. If I could give one piece of advice to future business leaders, it would be to stay focused and stay passionate. As tides change and we have new business leaders coming on, we want to make sure that they're staying passionate and they're staying focused on their goals, because they're going to have a lot of competing priorities on their plate. I know that myself personally, when I have a lot on my plate, I think of a juggler, and I try to prioritize each of those buckets or priorities that I'm working on into different balls that I'm trying to keep up in the air. And I let myself set down some of the lower priority items so I can make sure that I'm keeping different priorities going so I can ultimately get my goals accomplished. Thank you.
Rachel Wacker. Rachel Wacker is Executive Director of the Greater Dallas County Development Alliance. In her first year on the job, she restructured the organization and was still able to generate $50 million in new business for the county. She is on the Executive Committee of the Mid-Iowa Planning Council. She is co-chair of the Greater Des Moines Partnerships Practitioners Group and is active with Ellipsis, having been on the Planning Committee for the 2021 Cajun Fest and serving as a marketing chair of the group's golf outing in 2022. Rachel is a graduate of Iowa State University. She has 2 children, Isla and Renna. She is 39 years old. Question: if you could relive one memorable experience, what would it be and why?
Thank you for the question, and thank you for nominating me to be here, Catherine Harrington. And thank you to the Business Record for choosing me on this year's cohort of 40 under 40s. What was the question again? Oh, because I have such a great memory. Actually, I was thinking when some of the folks are coming up and talking about their children and how young they were and how maybe they might not want to relive those days. I'm a single mother. My children are 10 and 11 years old. And if I could relive memories, it would be with them as children. Again, working mother, working professional, aspiring leader. Sometimes the kids kind of get put to the side. And now that I am older, I just want them to be little again. I want that time with them again, and I want to relive those moments with them again. Thanks.
Danielle West. Danielle West is Regional Vice President of LifeServe Blood Center, an organization that provides blood to 161 hospitals in Iowa, Nebraska, and South Dakota. She represents the organization internationally as Vice President of the Association for Blood Donor Professionals. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she coordinated with Governor Kim Reynolds to host HHS Secretary Alex Azar at the Blood Center. Danielle chairs the Metro Media Council, was on the Greater Des Moines Partnership's Public Relations Committee, and is on the Public Relations Society of America board, among numerous other activities. Danielle is a graduate of Iowa State University. She and her husband, Stephen, have 2 children, Emerson and Jackson. She is 34 years old. Question, what keeps you motivated?
I, of course, have to say my family. They keep me very motivated and very busy, but also the work that we do at LifeServe. We have the privilege of meeting people that we've impacted with blood donation, who have received blood products and are living today, and are very thankful for the volunteer blood donors that we see every single day. And that really keeps us motivated to continue the work we do to make sure we can support our hospitals and the patients in Iowa and in our tri-state area. Thank you.
All right, everybody, last but not least, our 1,000 honoree in all history, Alec Wilcox. Alec Wilcox is an associate with Cushman & Wakefield Iowa Commercial Advisors, a full-service commercial real estate firm with an office in West Des Moines. He has been very active with the West Des Moines Chamber's Young Professional Group, helping lead a restructuring that resulted in its transformation into what is now West YP. Alec currently serves on the board of the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Iowa and has held numerous positions on the board of the Rotary Club of Des Moines. Alec is a graduate of Drake University, go Bulldogs, and while there, spent time studying in Prague, Czech Republic. He and his wife, Maddie, have 2 cats, Pinto and Cabernet, or Caddy. He is 28 years old. Question for you, and the final question of the night. What is one of your proudest accomplishments?
Thank you. And before I answer that question, I first have to thank a few people. First, my wife, Maddie. She's my rock, and without her, all these things that were just said about me could never have happened. And my family, friends, and honestly, anyone else who has ever done anything to support me, thank you. And also, special shout out to my dad for the namesake that forced me to have to follow the 39 other people with amazing stories and inspirational events that have happened to them. So in reference to my proudest accomplishment, it goes back to one of the first things that I got involved in when I jumped into my career in commercial real estate, which was with the West Des Moines Chamber as part of their young professional program. And at the time, it had about 15 people that consistently came, no membership program. And between 2020 and 2021, I was able to help spearhead with several other people as a committee chair the complete reband and restructuring of the organization into what is now West YP. And at the time, after my term was over, we ended up growing it to over 150 members. And to this day, it's one of the largest YP organizations in the state of Iowa with 250 plus people. And so thank you very much for the committee for nominating me for this recognition. And thank you to the West Des Moines Chamber for that opportunity.
Alec, I just have to say I feel your pain. We used to be the early part of the alphabet before the rebrand. Now we're at the end, so I feel your pain there. In closing tonight, I do just want to thank the Business Record for bringing us all together. I want to thank my fellow sponsors for making this event possible. And I want to congratulate and applaud all 1,000 past and present honorees. Thank you, everybody.
All right, we're going to wrap this thing up, but before we do, I think it's Catherine Harrington back there from the West Des Moines Chamber who's giving us the woo every time. So could you give us one really loud one? There you go. I knew it was her. Anytime they mentioned West Des Moines leadership, West Des Moines Chamber, West YP, everything, one lone whoop from the back. So we worked with Catherine a long time, and I knew exactly who it was. All right, so we made it. So if we get one more big round of applause for this year's 40 Under 40. As several other people have said, this is our chance to say thank you to all of you for making Central Iowa a better place for us to live and work. I would also like to say thank you for being open tonight. We had a lot of very sincere comments, and I think you could feel the emotion from the podium, and that was really inspiring to see. I would be remiss if I didn't thank our sponsors one more time. So we heard somebody wanted some love for the University of Iowa. So University of Iowa Tippie College of Business, DB&T, Brown Winnick, and Chris, the large type version up here is actually for me. So that's the way it goes. Ide Bailey and our new sponsor, Wellaby. And last but not least, Prairie Meadows for hosting us in this wonderful venue. Without your continued support, this event would not be possible, and hopefully we'll see all of you back again next year. We watch for the nods, and then we hit them up later. So, next, I'd like to thank our staff. As you can imagine, when you put together a party for 750 people, it's quite an undertaking, and we're really lucky that we have a great team that puts on our events behind the scenes. Stacy Thompson and Sarah Brown manage our events so well. They do all of our events. So if you go to a DSM event, that's Sarah and Stacy. If you go to the Women of Influence or one of our Power Breakfasts, Sarah and Stacy. So they have a lot on their plate, and they do a tremendous job juggling everything. Next, Emily Wood and the Business Record editorial and design teams did a great job with the issue that you saw and the program that was on the screen. Dwayne Tinkey, who's been roaming around here taking photos. He's our staff photographer. He took all the profiles in the paper and that you see online, and before you all got here, he was up on about a 15-foot high ladder so he could get a shot of the whole group. Luckily, no workman's comp, so that was good. And then anybody else, it takes the entire staff to get this done. So for all of our staff who came tonight and worked behind the scenes, we appreciate all that you do. So if we could get one round of applause for them, that would be great. And last but not least, thank you to the 750 people who came tonight to support our honorees. I know that, being on the stage, and I'm not even one of the honorees, I can feel the love in the room and the appreciation that you all have for these people. So thank you for coming out and making this a memorable night for them. And then one more thing, it's never too early to start thinking about the 2025 class of 40 Under 40. Nominations will open on November 29th. You can go to our website, businessrecord40.com, to fill that out. And we might have mentioned this to some of this year's class already. I will be getting in touch and hitting you up to help be judges now that you are part of the class. You are uniquely qualified to know what it takes to make a difference in our community, so we will be tapping into you in the future, so please say yes. This is one of those things when they say yes, please say yes. Renee, you can attest to that. You've judged many times, and it's a difficult job, but I think it's also a little bit inspiring to see what other people are doing like you did. So again, thank you to everybody. Thanks for coming out. It looks like it's about 7:15, so we're right about on track, and we appreciate everybody. Have a great night, and go Cyclones.